Good morning, good morning, good morning, beautiful people. Welcome to another another episode of Daily Motivations for African American Success. Thank you guys for rocking with us this morning. Oh, let's bring in the birthday man. Oh, sookie now.
Uh-oh.
Woo!
Had to put the birthday hat on.
Now, do I need to go get shitty shop? Do I need to go
No,
get
no,
shit?
no. Oh,
It's your birthday.
hey, you better believe it's PJs on under this shirt.
You stupid.
Better believe it's some PJs under this shirt.
Oh my goodness. Look at you.
How you
Got my
doing? Let me fix
water.
this phone, y'all. Let me fix this phone.
So I can wet my
There we go.
voice. Look, I'm gonna wet my voice. Y'all ready?
There we go.
Y'all ready for this birthday song?
Oh no, oh no,
What you mean, oh no?
no. I ain't ready. I'm gonna get ready. I'm here. Okay.
Happy birthday, Brandon.
Thank you, Mama. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Wow. How old are you? Do you remember?
Dude, I remember you did it.
Yeah, but you grown now. I mean, I can't keep up with you and me.
This, this
Oh,
was a day where you had a whole 6 pound, 8 ounces come out of you, so you can't forget that.
how old are you, Brandon?
I'm
Today.
36. 36.
So I thought I was right. I was right. Well, happy birthday. I had this whole little thing. Did you see it? See, I was trying to wait for you to come in. I had this little background created just for you. Did you see it?
I didn't. I did.
Oh,
I was getting my coffee
okay.
in my hat. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was getting my hat.
Okay. Well, y'all say happy
Can I
birthday.
see it? You still got it? Can I see it real quick?
Y'all, we so unprofessional. Yep, you finna see it right now. You ready? Y'all give
Mhm.
us a minute. Because I worked hard on this. Hold on. Let me tell you, I had kind of planned this thing, and then this little voice said, Brandon don't like all that. So I backed off. I was gonna reach out to some people and have some things happen here. But I'm like, okay, Brandon told me stop surprising him. So
Oh, I don't mind.
um
Not on the show stuff.
oh,
I
for
don't.
real?
Yeah, I don't mind.
Okay.
I don't mind at all.
Okay. Well, I don't know then. Too late.
Nah. Y'all, mom would be like, Mom, I'll wake up and she'll be like, so what you doing today? I'm like, well, I'm doing this, doing that. Then I felt like everybody was keeping something from me. I could tell, to the point to where I'll be trying to do something, and mom have something else planned. But Mama, thank you, I appreciate it, baby. Every time you did a surprise. I appreciate
Well, the day's not over.
it.
All right. Let's see who's rocking with us so we can get on in this thing. Um, let's see. So we got Big Mike in the house.
Big
He
Mark.
says, good morning, everyone. I would like to wish my wonderful nephew a joyful, blessed birthday. Miss Brenda says, good everything, everybody. Happy, happy birthday, Brandon. Wishing many, many blessings and birthdays to come.
Thank you so much.
Wow, I didn't have to say anything. Maybe it was the thing out there, the little whatever that is. I did layover. Um, Dale Holmes from school, all the way from Craigmont, says happy birthday. Thank you, classmate, for rocking with us this morning. And Big Mike says, I remember the day my sis gave birth to you. It was so amazing. I gave you the name Brandon, and I thank God he gave me the wisdom at the age to tell my sis when she asked what you think I should name him because you are a Brandon all the way. It fits you. All right.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Richetta says, good morning, butterfly and family. Happy birthday, Brandon. All right.
Thank you, Auntie. Thank you, Aunt. I appreciate y'all so much, man. I appreciate
Yeah.
y'all. Thank y'all so much.
Are you on your phone this morning going live or are you on your computer?
I'm on my phone. What you got? What you got
Right.
cooking?
Okay. Nothing.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not on the phone anyway. I don't have anything cooking on the phone. But anyway, let's get into it. Brandon, happy birthday. I'm gonna save my birthday song for the end. So if y'all want to hear me sing, if y'all want to hear a Whitney Houston voice, you gotta stay to the barbecue until it's over. I'm getting it ready.
Me. Let me get you this Instagram up going, and we'll go ahead and get started, man. I appreciate y'all. This is a great day to start, a great way to start my birthday. So, thank y'all for being here. I'm gonna get this going for us, and we'll jump right into the show. I know I ain't all y'all here for it, right? But I do appreciate it. I do appreciate it.
Hmm.
I really do. Really do. It's a beautiful day so far. It seems like I looked out the window. It seems like it's a really nice day. So,
So Brandon, what do you have planned for today?
I ain't gonna put all that out here on the uh on the teletube.
I mean, like, do you have anything? You doing anything special today?
Yeah, I'm spending time with my family. I'm gonna eat that something I want to eat that one of my favorite meals. Um, Hang out with some friends. Some guys from the gym said that they'd like to see me today, stuff like that. I told them it might not be today, it might be tomorrow, depending on what the fam and wifey got planned for me. But really, I just want to relax. I want to relax. Now, what I will say, I do have two classes to teach this morning. I got a young man about 7 years old that I train for self defense and MMA, and I enjoy it. I really really enjoy him. I enjoy training him, so I'm not gonna miss out on that. I think it'll mean a lot to him um, when he finds out that it's my birthday, and I still want to go train him. You know what I mean? I think that means a lot. Making that type of time.
Mm-hmm.
And then I usually teach a jujitsu class at 11 on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Today I won't be teaching. I'm just going to get the guys in, let them come in, have that gym open. It's in the same place, and then let them basically do like some jujitsu sparring for a while, and then get them all out of there. So just kind of taking it easier on today. Then I'll be back home before 12, 1 or whatever, and or maybe not. Yeah, about 12 to 1 o'clock out. I should be back home, and then I'm gonna spend the rest of my day with my family.
All right.
Have a good
Okay.
breakfast before I leave. Just have a regular 36-year-old day.
All right, 36. Wow, y'all. It seems like just yesterday. I will say this, you guys. Brandon, um, I was thinking this morning, how far, 36 years. Um, I was mm, let's see. I'll just say this. Brandon is one of my greatest blessings. Like God knew. Um, I remember Brandon telling me that he feels we picked each other long before we met each other. Um, he told me stories of knowing me before knowing me, right? And as I think about life, how it has come forward, and as we circle life um, to a journey, I think about the day that God knew that Brandon would be what was needed for me to want to continue on with this world in this world. And if you've not heard this story, then I pray that it gives you some understanding about life and how God is, because so often we put God in a box, in this perfect box, meaning that we have to be perfect people to be protected and loved by God and to have a purpose that He will fulfill, um, help us fulfill. Because again, we have our thing. We have to put something in there too. But when we don't, there's been times where I didn't put anything, I didn't have anything to put in. And on the day, as I think about the day that I just did not want to be here anymore in this world, and that little bitty boy who God instructed, I know you guys, to come over and slip a little note under the door that said that I had to, that got my attention. And when I opened it, Mom, I love you. That's it, with a little heart. So I can't say that I wouldn't be here today if it had not been for this for God allowing this single mother to give birth to him on that day. But as I continued to grow, I really thought about that day and how God, because God wasn't. I was like, okay, where are you, God? You know, this you can't be all this with all this happening. You know, I just had gotten sick of life at a really early age. Just felt I had lost a lot. Uh, Probably went back to my grandmother, you know, losing my grandmother at a very early age, and just people in general. People seemed very evil, and life seemed very difficult and hard. And like, why? What's the purpose? And so on that day, the purpose became Brandon for me. I felt like this young man didn't ask to be here, and he doesn't deserve to have to live with what I may put upon him right today. So, Brandon, I'm thankful that God saw fit to have me be your mom, to be the, I guess, the way that you came into this world. Um, you've taught me that if God loves me as his child, as I love you, as the son that he gave me, allowed me to birth, then God really, really, really loves me. And that has kept me going. Like, if God loves me, you know, like I love this young man that he put in my life, then wow, I must be really special to God, because I can't imagine any more love. So thank you. You're the best son ever. I love you, all 36 years of you. And I appreciate you. I'm thankful for the man of God, the father, the husband, the father, and the son that you are to me. So happy birthday, and I love you dearly.
Thank you, Mama. Thank you
All
for giving
right.
birth to me, sweetie.
You're welcome. You're
Thank
welcome.
you. I appreciate
Yeah,
it.
and thank y'all for just letting us have that moment.
Thank you.
So, okay,
Giving
I
birth. Thank
didn't cry.
you. Thank you for all of that. You know, for raising me, keeping me, for deciding to have me at a time when um you could have easily said, no, I'm young, I got this, I can. What about my life? What about all these things that I want to do? I don't want the responsibility of a child. You could have chosen a different route, but you chose to not only have me but keep me and raise me in the best way that you could, and I appreciate it. I appreciate everything you did, everything that I saw, everything that I didn't see, everything that I heard, everything that I didn't hear, um, all the sacrifices I know you made, and all the ones that I'll never know. You know, and as Tupac Shakur said, "There's no way I could pay you back, but my plan is to show you that I understand. You are appreciated. I love
Oh, thank you. Thank you. All right, so let's get into it.
you." I got most of my coffee drunk now.
I drank mine early. I've been
you
up
know,
a while.
usually I don't get my coffee in until after I get done reading. You know, I finish it, but I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Well, I'm gonna put my hat back on. My birthday hat, I had to take it off when my mom was speaking.
Oh,
And let's get into it, guys. So if you haven't been here, or if this is your first day coming, you came on a special day. You came on my birthday. So I appreciate you guys for being here. But the point of y'all being here isn't for me. It isn't for my birthday. Even though I'm glad to have you guys here, and I'm glad to spend the day with you. It is to get this good inspiration, this daily motivation for African American success. And if you're not African American, for your success. This is just told through the lens and through the eyes of the African American culture and the and all those that share that history. So here's the book by Dennis Kimbro. If you don't have it, I know mine's a little tattered up, but if you don't have it, please get this book. It's a high value, low cost book. It's by Dennis Kimbro, and it's titled Daily Motivations for African American Success. This book will help you focus on the thoughts, attitudes, and deeds that will lead to the achievement of your true goals. In 365 short, powerful motivations, one for each day of the year, Dennis Kimbro, author of the popular Think and Grow Rich, A Black Choice, leads us to discover how to use the present moment and our own gifts to transcend labels, cultivate a positive attitude, become wise enough to know when to say yes and when to say no, and to look inward for answers to life's challenges. Each motivation begins with words of wisdom from such distinguished and celebrated African Americans as Malcolm X, Marion Wright Elderman, Whoopi Goldberg, Charlene Hunter Galt, Bill Cosby, Carl Rowan, Mother Hale, Reverend Leon Sullivan, and hundreds of others. This treasure trove of practical inspiration will give you fresh encouragement every day of the year. What it teaches will last you a lifetime. So, without further ado, Mom, if you got anything else to
Not right now.
bring out, see, you got something planned, don't you? I see you. You can't help. You give yourself away. You can't hold water. I don't know what it is.
I really can't.
Not right now. Well, Mama, I appreciate you. So we'll jump right into it. So today's title is With That in Mind. With that in mind, dot, dot, dot. And our quote comes from Susan Taylor, editor-in-chief of Essence Magazine. She said, thoughts have power. Thoughts are energy. And you can make your world or break it by your own thinking. Thoughts have power. Thoughts are energy. And you can make your world or break it by your own thinking. Within you, at this very moment, is something urging you on to greatness. It is the same something that pushed Hannibal across the Alps, that delivered Harriet Tubman to freedom, and drove Ernie Green to endure a year of hardship and strife in order to desegregate Arkansas's public schools. This something within keeps telling you that you can do anything you want to do, be anything you want to be, and have anything you want to have. But you need a one-track mind to achieve your goal. A boss commented to his secretary about one of his men. John, he said, has such a one-track mind. It's a wonder he remembers to breathe. I asked him to pick up a newspaper on his way back from lunch, but I'm not so sure he'll remember. Just then, John burst through the door, brimming with enthusiasm. He exclaimed, "Hey, boss, guess what? At lunch, I ran into Tom Johnson. He hasn't given us an order in 7 years, but before he left the restaurant, I talked him into $1 million contract." The boss sighed and looked at his secretary. What did I tell you? Since John is always thinking about business, he forgot the newspaper. If you could have one wish, what would you wish for? Wealth, fame, fortune? What one thing do you desire above everything else? Whatever it is, you can have it. Whatever you desire wholeheartedly and with singleness of purpose, you can possess. But first and foremost, you must know exactly what you want, and you must develop a one-track mind until you get it. And our inspiration at the end of the passage is a single-minded approach is the only way I will achieve success. A single-minded approach is the only way I will achieve success. Over to you, Mom. What do you think about this
Wow. Not much to say here with that in mind. Thoughts have power, thoughts are energy, and you can make your world or break it by your own thinking, right? Stinking thinking or encouraging thinking. Our thoughts tell us, um, well, I don't know if tell us is the right word, but our thoughts can be a reminder or should be a reminder of what's going on inside of us. And then sometimes, if you like me, you guys, I will find myself thinking about things and I think, where did that come from? So thoughts are kind of a, oh gosh, they're a place of we have some understanding of them, but because I remember you saying, Brandon, that things can be whispered to us in such a way that they think that makes us think that they are our own thoughts. And that's why I believe the Bible tells us to take every thought captive. There is some things that we don't quite understand about our thoughts. I really believe that. Like we may not have control of them coming or entering into our mind, but we do have the ability to take them captive. The Bible speaks in James about a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways, right? Double-minded. This talks about a single minded approach is the only way I can achieve my success. But first and foremost, it says you must know exactly what you want. And that's where it gets deep. Most of us don't know what we want, or we change from day to day, right? We get married and we no longer want that person, right? We get a job we know that we've prayed for, right? Asked for, but we no longer want it anymore, right? Why? Because we are double-minded, and that's being unstable. How do you know what you want? I'll go back to Steve Harvey. If y'all haven't realized, I know some people, like I said, hit on my Steve, but I there's a lot of things that I have learned from Steve, and there's things that I don't agree with, but I'm not so foolish to think, okay, just because I don't agree with a few things, I'm not going to be receiving of the things that have helped me, right? He's one of the people that I listen to. But I remember him also saying, well, I'll go back. You heard me say this, that I'm just foolish enough to think that God will do what he said he would do. But he also said, I didn't have a plan B. I had plan A. And that was it. That's what I put my focus on. I was a single-minded person. One track. That's what I want. That's what I'm going to get. That's what I'm going to apply my time and my work toward. Right? But so often from day to day, what we want changes. Who we want changes. I'll bring relationship into this. Um, it's not because relationships are not failing because people, I'll say, don't love each other, right? It's because the people who are joining don't know who they are and don't know what they want, right? They want to get married, but not a marriage, right? People want children, but don't want to parent. People want $1 million, want to make $1 million. They don't want to make $1 million, they want to spend it, right? So you have to know who you are, what you want. As Brandon read the back of it, your true goals. Your true goals. What are they? Take your mind off of other people and take every thought captive. Bring it in and weigh it against. What do I want? Where am I going? What's my plan A? What's my purpose? Write it down, make it plain, right? That's also in the Bible. Habakkuk, I believe. Write it down, write the vision down and make it plain. And then go after it in a single minded approach or with a single minded approach. So, Brandon, that's all I have. I'll send it back over to you. That's all I have for now.
one? He's so funny, mom. Um, so one of the things that I noticed, I don't know if you guys did. Everybody get that reading about what happened in the story? So one of the things that I noticed, if you guys didn't catch it, the boss was complaining about John, and he said John has a one-track mind. It's a wonder he remembers to breathe. So he asked him to pick up a newspaper on the way back from lunch, and he was doubtful that he would remember. And so he told basically complained about John to his secretary, and he said, he asked him to bring a newspaper on his way back from lunch, but I'm not sure he'll remember. And just then, John burst through the door, brimming with all this enthusiasm, and said, "Hey, boss, guess what? At lunch, I ran into Tom Johnson. He hadn't given us an order in 7 years. But before he left the restaurant, I talked him into $1 million contract." The boss sighed and looked at his secretary and said, "What did I tell you? Since John is always thinking about business, he forgot the newspaper." So the boss was upset that John forgot the newspaper, but did not appreciate the fact that John just got his business $1 million contract. You can go
Yeah.
buy 500,000 newspapers for that amount, right? But he could not see that success, right? Because so I think there's underlying stuff, like he could not see that success because he was too focused on getting the newspaper. He could not see the forest for the trees, in a sense, right? He was blinded by his own, you know, presupposition about John, right? And was already invested in John's quote unquote failure of thought, or failure of being a one track mind. He looked at that as if it was a bad thing, because sometimes we'll
Mhm.
say that, like, man, you got a one track mind. People will actually say that as an insult, right? Which just goes to show you, like, the connotation, like the how much power intention and connotation has on these words. Because, like you said, mom, biblically, right, that one track mind, or that focus, right, is a good thing. To not be distracted, to not be pushed to and fro here and there by whatever the winds and sands of time as they change, because it's always going to change. You write your name in the sand, it's not going to be there a day from now, 2 days from now. The wind will move and cover that sand. So don't be like that. Write your name in stone. And that's going to take a little more intention, a little more work than if you were to just draw your name in sand, right? But this boss was so, we call it a sink cost bias, where you already have a bias against someone, or you have a bias upon a subject, or thinking something is true. And then no matter what evidence is presented to you, no matter how logical or truthful or apparent and empirical that evidence might be, you still will submit to the presupposition that you already had. You'll still submit to the assumption that you had,
Mhm.
right? So you could have knowledge. You could think something is right. You could think that the world was flat, right? And even though evidence is being given that says that no, the world is round, you can still say no, 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 no. If you were to say no, 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 no matter what anybody presents to me, I think the world is flat. So you have a sink cost bias, meaning that you are willing to sink every amount of cost. You're willing to give up any amount of cost in order to protect your bias.
Mhm.
Now, we do that with politics, we do that with family, we do that with our religions and our faith. You know, we do that with so many things. We do that with history, and we do that with the stories that we tell ourselves about ourselves and about others. So we really have to take a step back, because single-mindedness can be a beautiful thing. But if single-mindedness is rooted in arrogance,
Wow.
if single-mindedness is rooted in ego, if single-mindedness is rooted in contempt, if single-mindedness is rooted in competition, um, then I think it has diminishing returns. I think it has a sink cost associated with it. But when you have a, what was it called here? Was it a purpose? Once you have a purposeful, once you develop a one track mind on something that is purposeful, on something that is righteous, on something that's a benefit
Mm.
to you and to others, or something that just pushes the needle further on progress, that makes the world a little bit of a better place for you and or for others. Once you start to develop that single track mindedness, once you start to focus on that, on your purpose, your specific purpose that's just for you, that's as individual to you as your fingerprint. And once you allow the creator to guide you, that one track mindedness, and remember that connotation, people use it as an insult, but it's, in that same way, it could be used and be a positive in your life. So that one track mindedness, you can have a one track mind to go be a drug addict. That would not benefit you. Or you can have a one track mind to, like it mentioned here, to be the one that helps to segregate the schools, or Hannibal crossing the Alps, or Harriet Tubman on that road to freedom, right? So, what is the track of your mind, right? Because you can't be on two different tracks at the same time. You'll not only, you're not only double minded, but you'll be going nowhere or splitting yourself in half. If one foot moves in one direction and the other foot moves the other direction, that's two different tracks for one train. Anytime the train hits a track and the track splits, but it wasn't made, it was like they hadn't switched the track over, and the train has to almost go on two different tracks. That train will jump off the rails and you will crash that train. Okay, so let's really, in my opinion, the story here is about not only being one track minded, but also showing how one track mind can be a benefit to you in the right way, or it can be a detriment to you. So the boss was one track minded. Remember how yesterday we looked at the story Return to Sender? How whatever you're putting out is usually what you get back. You guys remember that on Return to Sender yesterday? About what you put out, you get back. About that the man who was seeking to marry the young lady, or seeking to see if she was going to be a good mate for him, a good life partner. He hired a personal investigator to see about her. He asked, when he purchased this, he did not reveal his name. He was anonymous, and so the personal investigator gave a report back to this anonymous man and said that, oh, her character is fine. She's good. She's on the up and up. She has integrity, right? She's a woman of dignity, right? But that she hangs out with this young man who has dubious business practices and a bad reputation. So the whole time he was the one, the guy who actually who actually hired the investigator, was the one who had the bad character, who had the bad reputation, who was his own worst enemy, um, and undermining his own business and the fortune he had amassed by being a stockbroker. So many times, return to sender means whatever you're putting out is what you're getting back. And in this case, it's the same. In this story, it's the same. The one track mind, you have two different tracks right here. You have the one track mind of John, who is always thinking about business. And he brought back $1 million contract after his lunch, right? On his lunch break. Y'all understand this? He was on lunch. He ain't even supposed to be doing work. I don't care if it's a newspaper for your boss or whatever. That's on the clock, right? Your boss says, bring me back a newspaper on your lunch. That's work time. You guys see? And the other track mind of the boss, who was so one track minded in thinking that John is one track minded. So return to sender, he was the one that was actually one track minded. And one led to the unappreciation or the ingratitude of this person that works for you that brought back $1 million contract. You don't see it because you asked him to get a newspaper. He brought you back a million papers, $1 million. And you're still racking on. See, I told you he didn't bring back the newspaper. So one track mind can blind you, or one track mind can really save you. And that goes back to our quote from Susan Taylor, who said, thoughts have power. Thoughts are energy, and you can make your world or break it by your own thinking. So both gentlemen made their world. One man made his world, I'm sorry, and the other man broke his world or didn't appreciate the world that he was given because of a one track mind. So which one do we have? Or are we double minded, as the book of James talks about? That's the question for today. Am I one track minded? And if I am, is that track leading to the destination that I'm seeking to get to? And if I'm not one track minded, how can I get my foot off of these other paths to walk straight toward my purpose that God intended for me and God is guiding? Okay. And I hope we can all ask each other the same questions. That's all I have. Back to you, Mom.
Brandon, what a wonderful perspective of the boss and how this is the boss, the owner of, I guess the maybe the owner, but the boss nonetheless, who should be like who should forget about the paper, but it's an example of how self-centered and self-seeking we are, right? Even in our thinking, however you are, right? Or however you feel that you are internally is going to be the thoughts that you approve or take in, right? If you think you're not valuable or worthy, then those thoughts that support that are going to be the ones that you live by. And our thoughts control our actions, our emotions, how we see. The eyes have it. Was that a title? I believe it was The Eyes Have It, right? How you see yourself and others, right? Whether you returned it to sender or you accept it. So great, great, Brandon. I missed that. Like I heard it, but I didn't think about it. So thank you for putting it out there for us. I've listed a number of things for you guys to kind of ponder. It is how to stop the negative thinkings, speak to the negative thoughts. I laughed about that one because I've gotten to the point where I will say, no, 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 Tammy, we're not going there. Because as I continue to grow, it's a dying to self. It's a dying to a self that I had become very, very familiar with, right? I didn't return those things back to the sender. I didn't have a purpose and a goal or a goal that I focused on. So I fed the negative thoughts. But now that I do, and I'm in a different place, I'll say, no, we're not going there today. Not that Tammy anymore. And that's what I mean by sometimes I feel like I've changed so much that I want to change my name. Probably won't do it, but just the thinking of it gets me through. Get around positive people is another one. Get around positive people. Don't expect everything to be perfect. Think about a perfect God, right? Work with an active mindset. Develop a positive morning routine. The Miracle Morning, I will suggest that book. It helps you create a routine for your mornings, getting up, positive mindset. I cannot say enough about that book. Tamaria Jordan recommended it to me. One of the best things that someone could have did for me. And it's called The Miracle Morning. Another one is just breathe. Breathing, you guys, centering yourself. Brandon has the kids doing it at such an early age. They get caught up in their feelings. Brandon will say first, just take a deep breath, son. Daughter, just take a deep breath. And they actually do it. That will change the family dynamics. Think about them as parents, right? Become intentional about your attitude. Because sometimes, y'all, our attitude just stinks. We went the chicken, like we went Lee's chicken while we were out of town. And I should have just did what I always do. The lady that was about to cook the food, just attitude, just like, why you here? Like, and we should have just left. And the food really didn't taste as good. Energy, right? The way she felt about herself poured over into the food, right? Try the displacement theory, replacing the thoughts, and then focus on the promise, not the problem. Steve Harvey says, I'm just foolish enough to believe that God will do what he said he will do. And then I put the actual link to where you can go and read more about these in depth, right? So try that, you guys. Try that. And I'm going to get to these comments and we will get out of here in just a minute because I got something for Brandon. Let's see, where did we leave off? So Auntie Richetta says, nephew, you look fabulous. Auntie loves your outfit.
Thank you, Auntie. Hey, and come, see Auntie Rachetta, boy.
Shoot, don't she shop? She be sharp, y'all.
Sharp as three tacks.
Shh.
Auntie sharp, boy. Auntie be so sharp, you can't touch her. You gonna bleed. I'm telling you. So.
And sometimes she be sharp a couple of times a day, meaning she'll change clothes on you in a minute.
Auntie take 4 showers in a day, 4 baths and showers, and have on clothes every single time. I remember Auntie.
Yeah, she be sharp, y'all.
And in the bath, and one of my earliest memories, in all honesty, one of my earliest memories, I think I've shared this with her maybe 15 years ago, with Auntie, I call her Auntie Cheddar, not Rich Cheddar, we call her Auntie Cheddar. And it was with her going in that bathroom. You remember that little bathroom by Uncle Bobby room? He had that little slither of a room, and then the bathroom was in the back.
Mm-hmm.
He tried to
We talking
grab.
about the little bathroom, the only bathroom we had back then.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it was a cut in the house. And she would I remember I had to use the restroom or something like that, and she was in there taking a bath. And you remember that tub was over on the right side?
Yep.
You had to. And I just remember she had just got to taking a bath, and I was going to use the restroom, and I was trying to go in, and she said, "1 second, baby," and then she just started singing. She was singing some song, and I just remember being like, "Wow, I love my Auntie Cheddar voice." But that's one of my earliest memories of Auntie, like one of the ones that just really stuck out. And I remember she like held a note for a long time. I don't know if it was like a Whitney Houston song or what, but she held that note, and to me it seemed like forever. I was like, how she got that much air in her body to be able to hit that note and hold it for so long. But that was one of the things that made me interested in singing as a child. To be was hearing Auntie Cheddar sing
I've
and
never heard her sing.
while she was getting ready. And if you think about it, look at her children. Look at LaDavid. You
Yeah,
know, they love they're musically inclined. You know,
yeah,
I,
yeah.
I think it comes from Cheddar. So Auntie,
Yeah.
let us know. Is that true?
You
You
want to come on and sing happy birthday to your nephew? Yeah. So yeah, Tasha really did miss. If y'all want to hear a singer, her daughter Tasha, there is no reason she should not be wherever because that girl can blow. Like she can sing, she can out sing anybody out there. She can go. So, um, Mr. Alvin Williams Jr., better known as Big Al Sal, says good morning. Right, we got to get him right, y'all. And then the rest of the things is just things that I've put out there. I believe your guy is in Losty King. Brandon, he
yeah,
says 100.
Carlos, what's up?
I'm not going to read the ones that I put out there anymore. Oh my goodness. Tank says, good morning, y'all. Happy birthday, Brandon.
Oh, what up, Tank?
Family, y'all. Another family popping in.
Appreciate that, Tank.
Um, Leo Barney says, good morning. Happy birthday, Brandon. Have a great one. Big Al Sal says, happy birthday, my brother. And then your guy, Losty King, I hope I'm saying that right, says happy birthday
Thank,
as well.
thank. Good people. I love all y'all, man. Great people on the
Yeah.
show. Thank y'all.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you guys for wishing Brandon the happy birthday. Thank you for being here, sharing this day with us. It's going to be a great day. It already is. I hope that you guys have the takeaways and will spend more time contemplating on those things that you are taking away from here. Because if you're not, then we're you're not doing yourself justice, right? I won't say that we're not, because if we show up and we put it out there, then we are. But I hope that you are growing from this. I'm going to share this and we'll jump off, Brandon. In talking to Auntie Richetta last night, and she's been listening and listening for a while now. She started listening, and I'm very thankful. And so I wanted to know what's keeping her coming back. We didn't get to that other than she says she loves it, and it's become basically like routine for her. It's like you want it. But something she said to me last night is that she's gonna come visit and she's gonna come on the train. And to hear my Aunt Richetta's, I mean, like that, and even for her to say, it'll be good for me, because she is, she's just in her. She has this way of doing things, right? Never, she's gonna get me. Don't get me. She's never flew on an airplane. Just has some things, but to hear her say, "I'm gonna get on the train," because she'll have to endure some things that she's not did before, right? And I just think I'm thankful, and I hope that listening to the show has opened her up in ways that we're going to be able to see. And I was telling Jimmy about it, and I said, you know what? When she gets here, when I tell you she cleans like she, y'all, I'm telling you, my Aunt Richetta, she cleaned my patio for me, not just because she loves to clean, right? I do too, but she takes it to a different level. When she finishes, you can drop your food on the floor and eat it. She spent hours on my patio. I'm like, what are you doing? Y'all, it was spotless. I didn't even want to go out there and sit. It was just, but I'm like, man, when she comes, I'm going to pay her, tell her to just do me a deep, deep clean. We're going to leave the house and be like, do your thing. Right. But yeah, man, we love you, Auntie Richetta, and thank you for popping in every day. And it really does make me just happy to see not just you but family pop in, y'all. It just gives you a different feel of support, right? Just different. So, Brandon, I was gonna sing, but I'm not. I don't feel like it. I'll sing when I see you. I don't feel
That's,
like you want me to sing happy birthday to you,
oh,
but
it
that's
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. I love it if you do. I love it if you don't.
yeah. I ain't, because you done made me think you don't want it.
Okay.
But I will see you
Okay.
here shortly. Have y'all still been saving the 30-day challenge?
Who out there's been doing
Yeah, drop a note so we can get out of here. Cousin Caleb says happy birthday, Brandon.
it?
Caleb doing his thing down there too. I see you, suited and booted,
Thank
young,
you, cuz.
young nephew.
Yeah, appreciate that, cuz.
Yeah, proud of you.
Yeah,
Proud of you. More family popping in. Y'all, thank you. Thank you for the love and
man.
support. So,
Let's stay in touch, y'all. Let's stay in touch. Even
yeah.
if it's through this show, that's cool. But however we got to do it, let's stay in touch.
All right. All right. Anything else you'd like to
Nah, that's it.
give me?
I'll say this. If anybody wants to do something for me, I can share a couple some links or something to y'all. I would like for people to give charity in my honor today, even if
Mm,
even if it's $1. There are some people really suffering more than I think we can imagine. You know what I mean? And so I'm gonna share some links. Feel free to educate yourself on what they might be going through. You can read the descriptions and stuff like that. But I'm gonna share some links with mom. Mom, if you don't mind putting it on your
yeah,
page,
sure.
I would really appreciate. You know, don't give me anything. I don't need anything. Um, but if you could give a little bit of charity today, and if you can't do it on the link, or if that just doesn't resonate with you, go help somebody out. I don't care if it's a man on the street and you give him 50 cents, but give something. And when you give it, just be like, just think about me, and may God give us both the benefit from that. But if y'all would just please give some charity and help people that are in need. And I have some specific families um, that I've been trying to help. So if you could help them, that would be great. So I appreciate y'all. If you do that, you don't have to let me know. Keep it between you and God. And on Judgment Day, we'll see it. We'll God willing, we'll see it there, and it'll be a benefit to us on that day when we really need it. So thank y'all. I love y'all, and yeah. Happy birthday, I guess. Happy birthday to you, mom, because you don't want to give birth. It's like happy born day for me. But happy birthday to you.
Thank you, Brandon. I do want to piggyback on what you said about blessing someone. Y'all, it truly is a blessing to be a blessing. And I believe that some of us continue in the struggle because we hold on to things that don't belong to us. I'll say things. I'll say money, clothing. Me for sure. Lord have mercy. I got so many clothes that I used to buy. Now it is what it is. I pretty much just wear the same thing over and over again. Planning on getting rid of 90% of my clothes. Don't need them, right? Too much. But we hold on to things. Blessing to be a blessing refers to that God has blessed us, right? And his desire is for us to be a blessing with our blessings. Try giving. Try giving, right? I'm going to say this. I had someone reach out to me yesterday, a family member. And you guys remember that I had put a post asking family members to help a family that was in need. And this is not new because I shared it with the person that reached out to me. Like, this is not cool because basically you passed by giving $1 to a family member and now you need some dollars. You need more than some dollars, right? So some of us keep going through it, right? Because you want to hold on to something that ain't even beneficial to you, don't even belong to you. Try being a blessing to people from your heart, not just to get, but truly. Every time I've truly given when I didn't have, right? When I was really messed up, there were times where I just gave, and it was a blessing every time. I was blessed 3, 4, 5 times over to the point now I'm not gonna be a fool about it. Because if I could get up and work some more and do some other things to get what I need, then so can you. But I do believe and feel that people fall on hard times, but it should not be consistently. What can we help you do differently? Right? And maybe it's just, hey, I got $1 for my cousin who's in need. I can pick that up out the floor in the car. I can search the house and find 4 quarters, but you won't do it. Right? So it is a blessing to be a blessing. If your cup runneth over just a little bit and your saucer too, don't keep that for yourself. And some of us will let it run over and pour it out in the sink before you give it to somebody. But you love God and you will sit and watch people suffer. God will put it on your heart to be a blessing to somebody and you're like, ain't nobody helping me. I ain't giving nobody nothing. That's why you ain't got nothing. And you ain't gonna have nothing with that mindset or that thinking stinking. So, all right, Brandon, let's get out of here because I'll get going on that one because it
Nah, it's
nerves me.
you can't receive blessings with a tight fist. You have to open up and give. And once you give, you have an open hand to be able to receive. It's just the law it's the law of the universe, man. If you want to give, if you want to receive, you first have to give, right? It's one of the laws of sales. If you want to sell something, give away something for free, you know? So that's all we got today, y'all. It's the 195th day. Mom, thank you so much for being the spirit behind all of this and keeping this thing going. I pray that every life that's touched in this podcast and in this show that you directly benefit from. And may you see it on the day of judgment, as a crown for you, as a mountain of good deeds that you didn't even know was there. You know what I mean? It says in the Quran, يحمل مثقال ذرة خير يرى وما يحمل مثقال ذرة شر يرى, which means like, and on that day, judgment day, every bit of good, every ounce of good that you do, you will see. And every ounce of bad and evil that you do, you will also see. So everything that we do, we will see it on that day, written in our book, and smart is the one who saves up not just for this world, but for the next. Not just for the here and now, but for the hereafter. So on today, on my birthday, the best thing y'all can do for me is pray for the people that are less fortunate. Pray for our people, for us as African Americans and our actual people to come out of some of the ignorances that we have culturally and socially, and the trauma that we are perpetuating in some cases to the next generation and repeating within ourselves. And if we heal some of those intergenerational wounds that we didn't deserve, but that we now may push to the next generations, to try to heal that. If you can do anything, pray for that healing. Pray for the people who are suffering across the world who don't look like you. The people of Congo, which our blood, speaking to all the Arnolds, I did our ancestry DNA. Our people come from Cameroon. Our people come from Nigeria. Our people come from the Congo. So these are your people. To the people of Sudan, the people of Palestine, especially right now. Pray for these people. Right? They are God's people as well. God created them just as he created you. And a threat to injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. All right? So let's not forget that we are one human family, children of Adam. One human family. We all came from one pair of people, a man and a woman. So on this day, give to someone in need. I'll share some links, but also pray for the people of the world. Pray for this country. Pray for this world. Pray for that good shines as bright as shines brighter than the darkness that keeps us in the shadows. And y'all come back here tomorrow. We'll have some more for you. So thank y'all so much. I love y'all. I ain't gonna be long-winded on you. I'm gonna get out here and enjoy this birthday. It's about to be 8 o'clock, and I know y'all got stuff to do, and I do too. So thank y'all for joining us. I'm not gonna run through things today. I'm gonna just let it be. Y'all take care. We'll see you tomorrow on day 196 season podcast. Peace.
All right. Peace, y'all.